Alright guys, it's time to claim my legendary fusion, my second legendary fusion. Although I discarded the first one for a survivor fusion, it is still my second legendary fusion. And I don't know why the Road to Glory event is still there. I mean, it says event ended, but yet again it says event over in 14 hours, 31 minutes. I mean, you can't play, but I guess, after 14 hours and 31 minutes, this section here is going to go away. So anyways, I don't know why I'm talking about that. Let's go ahead and check the legendary fusion card, and let's see what it is. But as always, it doesn't matter what it's going to be, because I'm going to use it right away to get a survivor fusion card. So it ends up being Bray Wyatt, which I've seen a lot of. I've seen a lot of people with the Bray Wyatt legendary card and the Seth Rollins one. Anyways, so we're going to go right ahead to the where it is, hold on a second. Okay, there we go. Survivor Fusion, and we're gonna use it right away, so sorry Bray Wyatt, but I need a stronger card than this. So it's gonna take 4 days, which sucks, but I can wait. Let's go ahead, and we're gonna pick Titus O'Neil, because he's the worst out of the bunch that I've got. Before it was Roman Reigns, and I did end up using him and got a Roman Reigns fusion card out of it, which is actually a good card compared to the other Roman Reigns cards that suck, except actually for the Road to Glory one. I guess that one's good. But so I'm gonna go with Titus here. Titus here. I guess I combined here with O'Neil. Anyways, oh, it says an exhibition. Hold on a second. We've got some technical difficulties, so we're gonna go ahead and swap him out. And I guess for 4 days, I'm going to be without a... Well, actually, no, I'll still have a fusion card. A survivor card. I'll just replace the Titus O'Neil with the Roddy Piper one. And eventually he'll be maxed out. So it's no big deal. And let's go back here to the fusion chamber once again. Okay, survivor fusion. Bray Wyatt. We're going to go ahead and pick Titus O'Neil. Now, if I did have a Dean Ambrose survivor card, I would have picked that instead. Because I'm trying out the theory that I've got, that if you're going for a Survivor Fusion card, and let's say you want John Cena, and you put a John Cena Fusion card there, a John Cena Survivor card there, I think you might get the John Cena Fusion Survivor out of it. Because I put the Survivor Roman Reigns in, and I got a Survivor Fusion Roman Reigns. And I also saw some people post their fusion recipes, and what I noticed is a bunch of people, when they put a certain card, let's say they're going for a common or uncommon fusion card, one of the guys put an Adam Rose card in there, and he got an Adam Rose fusion card out of it. And it's not just with that, there's a bunch of other people putting, certain superstars and getting the same superstar out of it, except, in fusion form. And somebody in the comment section of the last video, was it the last video? No, the video before the last one for one of the Supercard videos that I recently posted up, he said that he put a Dean Ambrose card. Was it Dean Ambrose? I think it was Dean Ambrose for his Survivor card for the Survivor Fusion, and he ended up getting a Dean Ambrose fusion card. So unfortunately, I don't have a Dean Ambrose fusion card. Survivor card. I keep mixing it up, so I can't use that. Come on, now Titus O'Neil is in Road to Glory. Okay, so we're going to go back, or we're going to go to the Road to Glory here, and we're going to switch out Titus O'Neil. I did all this talking, thinking that I could switch him out really quick, or put him, in the fusion chamber, but obviously I couldn't. So, okay, let's just put, hold on a second. Gotta pick a card that's not currently in the, okay, we're going to go with Rusev. Okay, now let's go back. And this time, hopefully, no other card is in the, oh, actually, hold on I don't know, we'll see. Okay, please don't have a card in Exhibition or whatever right now. Okay, so Bray Wyatt and Titus O'Neil. Let's put, for an ultra rare, we're going to go ahead and put Ryback. And we're going to put, who else? We're going to put JBL. I don't know, should I put Danny Bryan? Maybe I get a Danny Bryan card out of it. Maybe I should try that out. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to try that out. I'm going to put Danny Bryan in there. And as an epic card, shit. I didn't think of this. I was supposed to put Rusev in there, but I just put Rusev in Road to Glory, so we're going to restart the whole process. Once again, I'm going to go to Road to Glory here and edit deck. And let me take out Rusev here for, I guess I'm going to put like a comment card or something like that, so that we don't run into the same issue once again. So let me check if I even have a comment card right now. I don't know if I do. I might have, might not, or I could just put one of these super rare cards. I don't know. Okay, let me put David Otunga. There we go. Now hopefully we run into no problems. Okay, so we're gonna restart the whole thing again. Man, this video's already 5 minutes. This was supposed to be like a 1 minute video, or 1 minute and a half, or something like that. Anyways, okay. So where's Daniel Bryan? There we go. And let's put Ryback. Let's put, for an epic card, Rusev. Although I would have liked Rusev instead of Cesaro, but I already leveled up Cesaro. And for the legendary, we're going to go ahead and use Brock Lesnar. So it's Brock Lesnar, the Beast. Daniel Bryan, Ryback, Rusev, Bray Wyatt, and Titus O'Neil. Sucks that I don't have a Survivor Dean Ambrose or Survivor Daniel Bryan, because I think that would have increased my chance of getting a Daniel Bryan or an Ambrose, depending on which Survivor card I put. But who knows? It could just be coincidence that all these people are getting the same cards that they're putting in. I don't know. We'll see once I actually get like a John Cena Survivor card or a Daniel Bryan one or something like that, and actually use it in the chamber. But for now, can't really, tell. So, let's start this. Let's not waste any more time. Welcome to the main portion of today's Supercard video. So, as you can see right here, they've got the People's Champion Challenge section there for the Goldust vs. Stardust event. That's going to take place in, hold on a second, I'm waiting for the timer here. I know I have 0 personal points because the event hasn't started yet. Okay, so 1 day and 3 hours. Okay. So anyways, the King of the Ring's finished. The subscribers, King of the Ring, although there was only 2 subscribers in the King of the Ring. But yeah, I'll keep you guys updated on that, or show you guys the results, because it's over, it's finished, as you can see. But first off, we're going to go ahead and check the rewards for the People's Champion Challenge when it's going to be Goldust versus Stardust. Now, I've already checked these out, like I checked out the rewards, and I've got to tell you, like in the beginning, the last video I made, I was like, I think I'm going to go with Stardust. But after seeing this, I don't know now. I don't know whether to go with Goldust or Stardust. It depends on where I end up being at, where I end up ranking. But of course, I won't know where I'm going to end up ranking at until I actually play it. And it doesn't really matter what I choose, because at the end of the day, I'm not going to make the difference on my own. It's the majority. If the majority of the people pick Goldust, then Goldust is going to win. If the majority picks Stardust, then Stardust wins. Now, of course, if everybody, thought the same way I did, then, we wouldn't go anywhere. But anyways, let's just look at the rewards here. So, of course, the top rewards, you've got Goldust, Stardust ×2, so it's a pair of cards. And you get, on the Goldust side, you get Dean Ambrose. On the Stardust side, you get Seth Rollins. And you do get a Survivor support card. Speaking of that, well, actually, you know what? I'll talk about that in a few moments. But anyways, yeah, so on the Goldust side, you get -55 to toughness and -55 charisma to your opponents. And on the other side, hold on a second, I think it's 102 charisma. And, oh yeah, and by the way, somebody on Twitter, 40 Smells on Twitter, you tweeted me out that you were kind of annoyed that your first Survivor card ended up being a support card. But a support Survivor card is pretty hard to come by, so, getting that as your first Survivor card isn't all that bad. Because you can get a Survivor card, a Superstar Survivor card, a lot easier than you can get a Survivor support card. I actually didn't think I was going to get a Survivor support card for the longest until I got one today. And it was totally unexpected, I was really happy when I saw that. It was a random pull. I'll show you guys what the support card is after this. So anyways, this is where I kind of, where I went from definitely going with the Stardust card, or the Stardust side, to not really knowing who I'm going to pick. It's when I saw that the second, top reward for this PCC is Dean Ambrose or Seth Rollins. if you look at both cards here, well, first off, let's look at Goldust, which is a pretty cool card. I like the card. It's a nice looking card. Not talking about the stats, I'm talking about, the look of the card. And Stardust, it's a pretty cool card too, but now, you know what? I think I like the look of the Goldust card a bit more. I guess maybe because he looks more serious, while this kind of looks like, I don't know, like a clown. Like, he looks like a clown. I don't know. But anyways, I guess they both kind of look like a clown. No, Goldust kind of looks more serious in his card. So anyways, yeah. I looked at the Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins card, and they've both, look at this. All the stats are the same except for the last stat. They've got the same power. Well, first off, let me show you Seth Rollins here. As you can see, they've got the same power, they've got the same toughness, they've got the same speed. Speaking of that, I think Seth Rollins should have slightly higher speed than Ambrose. Not by much, but, just a little bit more maybe. And as far as charisma, it does make sense that Dean Ambrose has more charisma. But yeah, they're equal in power, toughness, and speed. Except the difference is, Seth Rollins has 602 charisma, while Dean Ambrose has 639. So he's obviously the better card between the two. There's no question about it. If you have a match, Dean Ambrose versus Seth Rollins, whether it's a power, toughness match, or speed and charisma match, or whatever, Dean Ambrose is going to win 10 out of 10 times, except if the person that's using Seth Rollins is using a boost of some kind. And if it's a charisma boost, then that might not even, get Seth Rollins to win the bout. But, and of course, Dean Ambrose is a yellow bottom triangle, which right now I think I might need that more so I could team him up with Reigns. But at the same time, I could also use a right blue triangle. So both could work. It really depends on what card I get through the Fusion Chamber. Which Survivor Fusion I'm going to get next. First one was Roman Reigns. This time I'm hoping for Dean Ambrose. The funny thing is, I was hoping to have the Dean Ambrose card, a Survivor Dean Ambrose card. I knew it wasn't going to happen, but, I would have wished that this PCC took place a bit earlier or something like that, so I could have the Dean Ambrose card and use that in my Fusion Chamber to get my Survivor Fusion. Because last time I used a Survivor Roman Reigns and I got a Survivor Fusion Roman Reigns out of it. So this time I wanted to see if I use a Survivor Dean Ambrose in my Fusion Chamber for a Survivor Fusion card, would I get Dean Ambrose out of it? Unfortunately, I didn't have a Dean Ambrose card at that time. Now, if Goldust wins here, then I'll have a Dean Ambrose card. I don't know which Survivor Fusion card I'm going to get. If it's Dean Ambrose, then I'm better off going with Team Stardust, because if I do get a Survivor Fusion Dean Ambrose, then I don't need a regular Survivor Dean Ambrose. But the thing is, the Fusion Chamber for me, for my Survivor Fusion, it's going to take place, it's going to end, I should say, in 3 days. So, by that time, the PCC, not PPP, the PCC will be about over. I think I'm going to get my Survivor Fusion card a couple hours before the PCC is over. So, yeah. Right now, I don't know whether to go with Team Goldust or Team Stardust. The Goldust card is 1 point, just 1 point weaker than the Stardust card overall. And the Dean Ambrose card is, hold on a second, well, the Dean Ambrose card is stronger than the Seth Rollins card by 30 something or whatever. I'm not gonna check the cards and calculate or whatever. You guys saw the stats. And yeah, so right now, I really don't know. Goldust, Stardust, I'm not sure. And if I do make it to the 850 rankings and below, so I get, one of the PCC exclusive cards, so Goldust or Stardust, then I prefer to get the Stardust card so I can team him up with Roman Reigns. But if I do get Dean Ambrose out of the Fusion Chamber, then Goldust could work too, because I could team him up with Dean Ambrose. So a lot of this depends on when I get off the Fusion Chamber. Problem is, the Fusion Chamber for me ends after I would have made my decision on which team, I'm going to go with. Anyways, enough time spent here on the top ranking, and then 6 to 25, same thing, except instead of getting a pair of PCC exclusive cards, you get one. 26 to 65, this is actually the ranking I've been trying to get for the past 2 PCCs, but obviously I failed, where you get one of the PCC exclusive cards, and you also get a regular Survivor card. At 66 to 125, a Goldust or Stardust card, and a legendary Brie Bella or legendary Nikki Bella card. After that, 126 to 850, it's just the PCC exclusive cards. Most of the time, I just aim for this. And if I can make it higher, then I love to get here, where you get the PCC exclusive card and the regular Survivor card. Because right now, I'm trying to get as many Survivor cards as I can for so I can use them in the chamber. And 851 to 1200, you get the regular Survivor card. I don't know why there isn't a ranking where you get 2 of the regular Survivor cards, so a pair of Survivor cards, a pair of Dean Ambrose or Seth Rollins. They should add that to the PCC. Why not? I mean, you're giving people a pair of the legendary cards here, so why not give the people, a pair of the Survivor cards? I think they should add that in a future PCC. Obviously, it's not going to be the case here. And it's been the same way for the PCC for pretty much since it started or something like that. So hopefully they change it up a bit, in terms of the rewards and the rankings and all that. Or which rewards you get for, a certain ranking. And yeah, with this you get a legendary support card. So yeah, it's a John Cena card here, minus 42 toughness, minus 42 charisma with the on the Goldust side, and on the Stardust side you get plus 75 to charisma. And then from 1201 to 1650, you get just the Survivor cards. And then after that, you get a pair of the legendary cards, either Brie Bella or Nikki Bella. They've both got their ups and downs. Obviously in power, Nikki Bella's going to beat Brie. Nikki Bella beats Brie in power and charisma. Brie beats her in toughness and speed. Now, obviously this card was made before Nikki Bella was the Divas champion. At this point in time, I think Nikki Bella should probably have the higher toughness stat between the two, because Brie Bella isn't, Brie Bella most of the time takes the pins. She's the one getting pinned if they're in a tag team match at this point in time. But, yeah, whatever. So, Brie and Nikki Bella, and then Brie and Nikki Bella, except instead of getting a pair, you're just getting one, and you're getting still a legendary support card. It's the same ones. And then after that, same thing, except you're getting epic support cards. It's pretty much the same. It's the same type of support card, except it's minus 25 and minus 25 toughness, minus 25 charisma, instead of the minus 40 something. I think it was 42, or what was it? Yeah, 42. And then of course here it's plus something to charisma. Hold on, my bad. It's this one right here. Plus 45 to charisma. Then right here you get 2 epic cards. On the Goldust side, you're getting 2 Hogan cards, and on the other side, you get 2 Macho Man Randy Savage cards. I'm assuming Macho Man beats him in speed. He has to beat him in speed. Come on, he's definitely beating him in speed. Yeah. In terms of charisma, they're the exact same. And in terms of toughness, I'm betting Hogan wins this one. Yeah, Hogan wins this one. Power is probably, Hogan too. So Hogan beats him in power, toughness, Macho Man beats him in speed, and they're both equal in charisma. And you're still getting epic support cards. And then after that, it's the same thing. You're still getting a pair of epic cards, but you're getting ultra rare support cards, and then just a pair of epic cards. Damn, they're giving up a bunch of epic pro cards here. Well, it's the same epic pro cards, but for, a large part of the rankings, they're getting, 2 epic cards. And then same kind of thing, except it's no longer a pair, and then, ultra rare supports, and then you're getting Randy versus Triple H, a pair, another pair, And no longer a pair. No longer a pair. And then Edge versus Christian. That's interesting. Edge versus Christian. Speaking of that, give Christian a damn Survivor card if he doesn't have one already. I don't think he has. So give Christian a Survivor card. I mean, why not? You know, Christian's pretty damn underrated here in Supercard. He's a former world champion, a 2-time world champion, so I feel he should get, you know, a strong card, a legendary card or something like that, or, you know, a Survivor card, even better. And does it end here? No, you get some rare cards here, Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. Okay, that's it. So that's it for the PCC rewards. What are you guys going to pick? Which team you going to be on? Now that we've seen the rewards, honestly, I don't know. I wish I could tell you guys, but I'm not sure which team I'm going to pick here. We'll see. And I'll show you guys the King of the Ring in just a few moments. But first off, check this out. I got a Survivor support card off of playing Exhibition. I never thought I'd get a second Survivor card so soon off of just playing Exhibition. It's a Survivor Fuji card. It's 50 plus speed to the entire deck, so I switched out one of my support cards. I had a Epic support card. I was stuck with Epic support cards for the longest. Actually, no, for the longest I was stuck with ultra rare support cards, and then I got like some Epic ones, and then shortly after I got this one. Well, actually not that shortly after, but whatever. So yeah. Anyways, let's check out the King of the Ring now. And as you can see, we made it to the finals. It was Deagle versus Super. Let's look at the standings here. And, oh, I'm number 1 now. I wasn't number 1 once we made it to, like, the quarterfinals, but I made it to number 1 at the end. Now, both Tony and Killers are both subscribers or viewers. They actually commented in the comment section that they were in this King of the Ring. And they both had the same avatar. They both made it to the quarterfinals, and they both made it to the semifinals. But that's where it ended for them. I'll show you guys what happened. So let's go here to the contenders bracket, and as you can see, the champ is still here. Now let's go to the quarterfinals here. So in the quarterfinals, as you can see right here, there's the one right there on the bottom left of Tony. That's because he was the number 1 guy for most of this King of the Ring. During the qualifying rounds and everything, he was the number 1 guy. I believe Tony is Stay Frosty in the comment section. And so he was facing off against this guy called Harvey right here. Let's see, game 1. So game 1, he didn't use any boosts. Harvey did. Harvey went all out. I guess Harvey faced off, well, he definitely faced off against Tony in the qualifying rounds. So I probably saw that Tony had better cards, and he probably tried to, do whatever he could to beat Tony. Maybe he thought Tony was going to use energy cards or something like that, and then he was like, okay, let me use boost, let me go all out, and maybe I can beat him. So he did do that. He beat him in a tag team match, of course, since, Tony's using 2 commons as a tag team, while the other guy's using 2 epic pros. The other guy, Harvey, lost, even though he used boosts. The Divas matchup here, Tony beat the guy with a Stephanie McMahon Legendary Pro card, and Harvey here, he actually didn't use his energy card on the Legendary. Is this a Legendary and Epic? I have a hard time telling when the card's that small, but I think it looks like a Legendary. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. Because the last video, I think I said Big Show. I was facing off against like a Big Show card or something like that, and I said it was a legendary Big Show card. It was in a King of the Ring, and a bunch of people in the comment section were like, "No, that's not an epic. That's not a legendary Big Show card. That's an epic one." So, anyways, yeah, he beats him. Dean Ambrose versus Jericho. Of course, he was gonna win that, and then, like I said, the Divas match. And then round 2, so Tony had a Brock Lesnar Legendary Pro. Of course he wins that against a regular Epic Jericho. And then the Fusion Dean Ambrose versus an Epic Pro Dean Ambrose. an Epic Pro Dolph Ziggler. So Tony beat him in round 2 as well. It was a clean sweep in terms of rounds. And then I was up against David the Best, And I beat the guy 2 straight rounds as well. Beat him in the tag team match, beat him in the Divas match, and beat him in the singles match. Then round 2, beat him in the Divas match, beat him in the tag team match, beat him in the singles match. Now that was a real clean sweep. I beat him in every single match in both rounds. Now, let's look at Killers here. Killers is, I think his username in the comment section is Derek something. I don't know what it's Derek something. So, anyways, Killers, he lost the first round, but I think it's because he didn't use energy cards in the first round. Yeah, look at this. He didn't use any energy cards, and his Divas, of course he was going to lose a Divas bout. He's using a common Divas Samurai card versus an Epic Natalia. He could have won this one, the Legendary Pro Hogan versus the Epic Pro Dolph, but he didn't use an energy card on the Taker. Unless, of course, the Taker card wasn't maxed out or, leveled up properly or pro properly, but, I don't think that's the case. I think it's the case of him just not using an energy card. So that's why he lost here, I think. And then he won the third, match. Yeah, third match against the Randy card. Okay. Round 2. He won round 2. Larry won, of course, the Divas match, but Killers went ahead and killed the guy in match 2 and match 3. And he's got a good... Okay, so his tag team isn't all that bad. I mean, he's got a Legendary Pro Taker, but, of course, that Rusev, it's just a regular Ultra Rare, so that's definitely holding back his tag team. But he still managed to win. And then game 3, what happened here? Okay, so he won this one too. Well, obviously he won because he made it to the semifinals. Okay, and then we all moved on. Super won, of course, against Miriam. And then it was me and Tony. And Tony, you got! I won the first round. And check this out. So I used boost. I went all out. Because Tony, did have some pretty good cards. The chances, though, I feel were on my side. Because I had the better tag team. I had the better Divas card. He had the better maybe Survivor Fusion, but not by much. If it was a power matchup, then my Roman Reigns card would win. But if it was like speed and charisma, then of course his Dean Ambrose card will win. If it's something like speed and toughness, I'm not sure. Maybe his Dean Ambrose card would have won, or my Roman Reigns card. And I also have a common superstar as one of my singles cards, so he would have also had me beat in that scenario. So anyways, first round, I win the tag team match. He wins the this match too, because like I said, I have a common superstar as one of my singles cards. And then my Roman Reigns card, of course, beat his... Whoa, Roman Reigns beats Brock Lesnar. But of course, it is a Survivor Fusion Reigns versus a Legendary Pro Brock. And then round 2, that's where he set this game up. He used boosts. I also used boosts. And I still beat him in the Divas match. Whether he used boosts or not, I would have beaten him. I would have beaten his Divas card. And then... as you can see here, power and speed. Now, if it didn't involve speed, I would have won this. But, since it does involve speed, his Dean Ambrose card won. And then, of course, his Legendary Pro Brock card would have been my common David Otunga. So, at this point, it was 1-1. And the third round was going to determine who was going to win and move on to the finals. Once I saw he beat me in the second round, I was pretty surprised. I was like, oh shit, so I could actually lose this. And game 3, he went ahead and didn't use any boosts. But regardless of that, I still would have won even if he didn't use boosts. And even if he did use boosts and energy cards. Because look at this. My Survivor Fusion Roman Reigns card got matched up with his Legendary Pro Brock. I would have beaten that boost or not. And then, of course, the tag team definitely would have won that. And already those 2 matches, 2 matches out of 3 won. I would have won the third round. But he actually won the third match, which was, of course, the Survivor Dean Ambrose versus the Common David Otunga. And that was it for me versus Tony. And then in a surprising turn of events, Killer goes ahead and loses to Super. What went wrong here, man? I thought you could win against this guy. So round 1, Killer wins. He didn't use energy cards or boosts. So Killer wins the first match. He loses the second match, but wins the third match. Oh, once again, it's Dean Ambrose versus Roman Reigns, and Dean Ambrose won once again because it involved speed. So in the beginning, looked good for Killers. I thought for sure Killers, was gonna make it to the finals, and then it was gonna be Deagle versus Killers, and I was gonna get a promo and be like, tonight the Killer is gonna be no, hold on a second, the Killer is gonna get killed. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. But obviously I couldn't get to say it because he didn't make it to the finals. So game 2, what happened here? So Killer won the first match because it was against an Epic Rock card, an Epic Pro Rock card. And then his legendary Pro Taker lost to Super's Survivor Fusion Reigns. And then for the last match, he lost the tag team match against the Epic Pro John Cena and Taker of Super. Now, round 3, he still didn't use any energy. Damn, I can't talk sometimes. Hold on a second. Any energy cards. I don't know what's wrong with me. So, yeah, match 1. He had a Common Divas card, and of course he was going to lose that. And then the second match, he lost that one too, so it was over right there. Super, won that. And then it was down to me and Super in the finals, and as you can see, I won both rounds. Super didn't try in the finals. I guess he was, happy with the Survivor card. No, not the Survivor card, because this is a Legendary King of the Ring. The Legendary card and the Epic Support card. Or maybe he just saw my previous matches and he was like, alright, I'm going to lose anyways. So, so match 1 he wins it because it's against the Common David Otunga. And then I win match 2 and match 3. And then game 2, I win the tag team match, he wins the second match, and I win the third match, which is a Divas match. So, that's it for the King of the Ring. The champ is the Eagle, once again. Now, if you guys do want to participate in the subscribers King of the Ring, make sure to follow me on Twitter. I'm going to make this like a regular thing. Maybe one day we can get an entire King of the Ring tournament of subscribers, of people who watch my videos. So, if you want that to happen, go ahead, follow me on Twitter, and that's where I'll let you guys know when I join a King of the Ring. I'll let you guys know a couple minutes in advance, like 10 minutes in advance or something like that, to give you guys some time to get ready. And then I'll tell you guys as soon as I click that start button to join the King of the Ring, so you guys can click it right away, and, you can get to be in the King of the Ring. So, and also, I did tell somebody on Twitter that I would probably be joining a King of the Ring on Wednesday, which is the day you guys are probably watching this video. But thinking about it now, I'm probably not going to join another King of the Ring right now, because the People's Champion Challenge is Thursday, like Thursday night or Thursday morning. Thursday morning. It's usually at 3 a.m. Eastern Time. So, and I don't like to do two things at once, like the King of the Ring and the PCC at the same time. So, for that reason, I'm not going to join a King of the Ring on Wednesday. Probably not going to join one this week, because when there's a PCC, I like to focus on the PCC and not worry about getting energy cards and boosts for the King of the Ring while I'm doing the PCC. So, probably the next King of the Ring is going to be next week. Like I said, follow me on Twitter, and I keep you guys updated there. So, let's see what I got off the King of the Ring here, which cards I got. Hopefully at least one of the cards is something I've already got. Actually, I'm hoping just one of them is something I already got, because I do want to use one of them for, no, actually, you know what, I don't know, it doesn't matter if both of them are cards I've already got. If they're both cards I've already got, then I'm just going to pro them and use the other cards which I only have one of to use for my fusion chamber. Did that make sense? I think I confused you guys. So forget that. Anyways, let's claim the rewards. And we get a Bruno Sammartino. Okay, I don't have this one. I don't even know if Bruno Sammartino is a good card or not. I'm going to have to check out the spreadsheet for this game. And we get a legendary Triple H. Okay. I do know that the Triple H cards suck in terms of speed in this game. Like, seriously, the Triple H cards have really, really bad speed. I don't understand why Triple H has to have so little speed. I'm not going to understand him having, lower speed than, a lot of the other superstars. But he has, like, really, really low speed. Maybe it's because of the quad injury, but anyways, I'm looking at the stats right now to compare here. So Triple H, he's got more power. Same amount of toughness. Like I said, speed sucks, so he's got less speed than Bruno Sammartino, but he's got more charisma. I'm thinking the Bruno Sammartino might be the better card, just because of that big difference in speed there. Because there's not that much difference in power. Toughness is the same, and charisma, not that big of a difference either. So I'm thinking Bruno Sammartino is the better card. Let me just check. I'll check to make sure, but I think I'm right on that. Or they might be equal. We'll see. But I'm going to go ahead and say Bruno Sammartino is the better card overall. We'll find out now, because I've got it set up to sort the cards by rating. So, am I right? Hold on. Yes, I'm right. Bruno Sammartino is the better card overall. And he's so they're both right blue triangles. I mean left blue triangles. Okay. And in other news, I maxed out my Roddy Piper card. So, that's it for tonight's Supercard video. I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you did, as always, you could click that like button down below. Follow me on Twitter to participate in the subscriber King of the Ring and be part of one of my future videos, one of my next videos, where I show you guys updates on the King of the Ring and all that. And if you haven't already, go ahead and go to my Supercard video, the new series Supercard video, and leave a comment leaving your username on Supercard, whether you play on iOS or Android. I think you guys left like over 500 comments on that video. I was like, damn, where you guys been hiding at? So, if you guys like the video, you can click that like button. With that said, I'm out. See ya.